You wouldn't interrupt a teacher teaching, would you? So why would you interrupt our Golden Girls and cheerleaders? Please walk around their mats whenever they are practicing after school. Thank you.
Welcome to Around OHS October edition. I'm Nathan Baker.
And I'm Jana Eckhart. Winter sports are right around the corner, but how about we look at their preseason first?
Drew, Alyssa, and Dino have the story.
With fall sports coming to an end, winter sports have begun their preseason. As basketball and wrestling end their preseason and start tryouts this week, hockey continues their preseason that began this summer.
So we pretty much start our practices in around June or July just to get some summer states going to get the rust off all the guys. The preseason starts pretty early. It's around September, even though November is when we actually start our regular season. We just want to get some practices under our belt, make sure we have a good team chemistry, and really improve our aspects of the game where we're kind of weak at.
Everybody bonds together before the season, so we have the chemistry to go out there and just do our thing.
So it's really beneficial because this year we have a whole new team, a lot of underclassmen that really need to be developed, and we have a great senior class this year. So it's my job as a senior and our job as a team just to get the underclassmen ready for the season.
We just get everybody ready for the season, practices at night, then games. We practice at least 3 weeks before the games just to get everybody ready.
My favorite part of the preseason is going to practice. I think being with the guys, especially late at night, it's just being in the rink really boosts the mood, and the team morale is at its highest so far, and I'm really ready to ride into the year.
Although the team is prepared for the 2023 season, the team believes that there's always room for improvement.
I still think we need to work on some things in practice, but we're heading the right track, and I'm ready for November. I think we're all ready for it.
With the hockey season approaching, there is one thing Charlie wants you to keep in mind.
Go Tigers.
With Melissa Johnson and Dino Sojanovic behind the camera, I'm Drew Murphy with Around OHS.
Great to see how they're preparing, and good luck on the upcoming season.
Now let's take a look at the proper way to recycle.
Gwen, Sarah, Carly, and I have the story.
With global emissions rising, it's important we understand how to properly take care of our planet. We can do this by learning how to properly recycle.
Right now, it's pretty much paper. You got plastics, you got aluminum, and that's pretty much what we shoot for. You can throw the styrofoam from the boxes inside it, and styrofoam actually is, you would think it's a plastic, but it's actually more toxic. I mean, I'm a retired Navy. I've been out at sea, and I've seen what it does in the oceans. If we can keep up with it, it's a good program.
I recycle anything that I can. I think that there is plenty of information out there about recycling in the universe. I know I recycle at my house, and so I live in Valley Park, and I just look at the Valley Park recycling guidelines, which is where I learned I can't recycle glass at my house. So I think that there's a lot of great resources out there that people can look up on their own. Although I'm really unsure of what recycling support we have here. I know that we have recycling bins, and they get taken out frequently, but I'm not sure if we're following the rules for that. For example, I know my students throw away food garbage, and when I put that in my recycling bin at home, they leave it behind for me because it's not always a recyclable item. So we can all just do our part. For the most part, we know global emissions are caused by a handful of corporations, but as an individual, it's something that we can show that we care about the future of our planet, and just a little something we can do to respect our community.
Take care of our planet by learning how to recycle. With Sarah, Gwen, and Jana behind the camera, I'm Carlin Koenig for Around OHS.
They have some good recycling skills.
Speaking of skills, we have a teacher here at OHS that has an extremely cool talent.
Roman, Adam, and I tell you more about Miss Scott.
Many sophomores and juniors have Miss Scott, a new chemistry teacher here at OHS. Some of her students tell us more about their chemistry teacher.
She's very interactive, and she's really honest, and she always finds a way to make us laugh.
I like how she has a lot of interactives for her labs. It helps in teaching.
When Mrs. Scott is not teaching, she has a unique hobby outside of school.
When me and my husband met, we'd been dating for maybe 3 months, so when he taught me how to ride a dirt bike, and I was probably, I don't know, 22. We dirt bike all the time. We actually went to Colorado and took our dirt bikes and dirt biked Pikes Peak for like 2 days this summer. Most of the time we go to like St. Joe or Finger Lakes or Piedmont, Missouri. When you are riding dirt bikes, you have to like anticipate what's gonna happen next because you're going at like such speeds, and like I do off-road, so you gotta like make sure you know where rocks are and if there's a ditch coming up or if you gotta jump over a log. Like it's just constantly anticipating your next move. So that's kind of fun because it's also mind while you like kind of use your muscles too.
With Roman Baban and Nathan Baker behind the camera, this is Adam Winter for Around OHS.
Riding one of those seems pretty dangerous.
Well, if you want something the opposite of that, another teacher has a solution.
A bunny! Haley, Christian, and Maddie tell us more about the furry friend.
Did you know that one of our English teachers has a bunny in their classroom? Miss Fruworth tells us about how she discovered her furry friend.
I've been working in rescue for animals since 2004. My family and I started doing that together, and before you know it, we've gotten rescue dogs to foster, and then cats, and then somebody called one day and asked if we would foster a rescue bunny. That's how it started.
She's like kind of comforting, especially after like a hard class and all of that. You can just go to her and like play with her because she's very playful. I feel like if you're focused on your work, even if she's making sounds, you don't really like take into account that she's even there. And usually she doesn't make sounds, she's kind of just laying.
Since the bunny is also in the classroom, it can help students manage their stress levels.
Socially, the kids get a checkout minute. They get a place to go when they're stressed out. They get a place to go when they come into class and kind of find their bearings. Sometimes kids get nervous for quizzes and things like that, and she helps with all that.
Jamie the bunny is a great addition to the classroom. With Maddie Chappius and Christian Nelson behind the camera, I'm Haley Conaway with Around OHS.
Those were adorable. I'll have to stop by sometime.
Now let's meet another teacher's animal and a pickle it's been in.
Brittany and Grace have the story.
You may have heard about a penguin waddling around OHS, but if you haven't, the Social Studies Department tells us more.
The penguin is right here. He is a lawn ornament that was gifted to me by Mr. Gertis's wife.
He's got a penguin behind his room in his desk. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take that for the day. We got Mr. Gertis involved, and then Mr. Gertis is like, yeah, we're gonna have to hide that in different spots.
I was very worried about my penguin and concerned for his safety. They had a great time taking pictures of him and sending me in the department group chat like, hey, this is where he is. Someone made a lanyard ID for the penguin.
The Social Studies Department sure knows how to have fun. Let's take a closer look at how this penguin has united students and teachers combined.
2 students made signs like Free Pete and We Want Our Penguin Back, and that was kind of fun. But yeah, the kids were invested in finding him also.
We all enjoyed doing it, and then also kind of, dealing with Mr. Reese and pulling his leg a little bit, making him a little stressed out. The Social Studies Department likes to have a little bit of fun here and there.
They all were telling me it was fun, but I was not having fun.
The Social Studies Department loves Mr. Reese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're very close as a department, so we all get along, and it was a lot of fun.
This penguin debacle is one of a kind with lessons to be learned. Mr. Gertis, Mr. Abusi, and Mr. Reese give us some takeaways.
One of the things I've learned is to lock my door when I leave the room.
Yeah, I have a tendency to have sticky fingers sometimes.
Don't steal my stuff.
With Brittany Dew behind the camera, I'm Grace Hickman for Around OHS.
Hopefully, the penguins stay safe with Reese.
That concludes our show. I'm Nathan Baker.
And I'm Jana Eckhard. And that's what's going on around OHS.
Okay.
Huh?
That's crazy.
Whoa.
What do you call a dog on October 31st? Halloweeny! Ha! That's not funny. Why was the jack-o'-lantern afraid?
The frog who goes.
Why?
It had no guts.
Oh, I'll make you an orb.
Wizard.
Okay.